Hey everybody, it's the Fishman here from the Heavy Metal Happy Hour with the Fishman on All Noise Radio. That's right, hook, line, and sinker, baby, get hooked. We are here, sitting here with Chicago's very own Hessler Band. What I'd like to do is I'm going to hand the mic down and ask you guys if you would all introduce yourself and what you do with the band.
Matt Gonzalez, drums.
Hey, Frankie, guitar.
Little sexy. Lariah, vocals.
Kincaid, Iggs, guitar.
I'm Eric, bass and cigarettes.
All right, since Eric's got the
Okay.
Eric, how long have you been in the band?
I joined in August 2011. Originally I was going to play guitar. Originally I was going to play bass, but I ended up playing guitar as a placeholder until Frankie came back from California, actually. So, yeah, it was fun. It was around my birthday, actually. I remember. Just turned 19, I think. Yeah. No, I turned. It was 20. You know what? You're right. I think it was 20. Dude, I don't know how to do math on the spot.
Tried, but you gotta
Yeah, I've been out of school.
What's your biggest contribution to the band?
I had a really killer, like Maiden-esque bass sort of complement to the songs that they've written, and I think that makes it interesting because it's yeah, some of those, but I make the parts interesting, so I'm not just copying whatever anyone else is playing. I think I have a really tasteful way of playing the bass and recognizing that it's a different instrument than a guitar. So even though I do play guitar as well, so yeah, it's the same mechanics. So yeah, it's different mindset. So.
And how long have you been in the band? What's your biggest contribution?
I've been in the band since dinosaurs were invented.
How about that, dude? You look really young.
Yeah, no, my I guess my contribution is that it was my sperm and embryo that started the band. And then what else would be an important contribution? I don't know. No, not really. I'd put that more towards Frankie. I guess since I started the band, it'd be kind of weird for me to speak on it. I think it'd be someone else would say it. Yeah, someone else could explain it. So, Laura?
I joined the band, I think it was October 2010. So it's 2.5 years for me. Right now, in my contribution, I replaced the very terrible vocals. Thank you.
Nice. I've caught a few videos of you guys, and yeah, you guys definitely rock. And, you definitely have metal to the extreme. So it's like Doro Pesh on steroids. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
So right up.
Well, I joined this incarnation of Hessler in, I guess August, September 2011, and I played with Iggs in a prior incarnation of the band that, for all intensive purposes, was a different band. Would you say? Or?
Yeah, because it had another guy singer, and then I sang for a while just because we couldn't really find anybody that would do a better job until Lariah came around. So the original, I guess.
No, the truth is that he was casting 200 other people, and he
Yeah,
put me over that wall.
Well, no, it's like it's not necessarily. She's trying to say that it's not necessarily casting. It's like you can tell already ahead of time, not being judgmental or anything, but you can see if someone's going to be able to do a good job or not, or if they have something to bring to it. Whereas Lariah was like a diamond in the rough, not necessarily a heavy metal singer to start off with, but it was something like, hey, you can see what she can do. She has a naturally really, really strong voice, and it just takes time to shape that. But with Frank and I, it was a different band. So.
But what do I contribute to the band? I'd say just, I'll let them do. I'll let them refer to my licks as hot, but whatever riffs, forms. Many different things in music all around. I think beyond just guitar playing, but honestly, like. The reason why I'm here, what I contribute, is just guitar playing and songwriting, a little internet doodads once in a while. Which
How long have you been playing guitar?
since I was 14 or so, and I
What are you, 19 now?
yeah, I still get these. Yeah, 21.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah, I am allowed to be in here.
Cool, cool. Again, I've checked out your stuff. You were definitely an ex-swinging son of a bitch.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
I mean, I've been playing music since 10.
Okay.
I played classical and jazz trombone for about 8 years, so it's
You got to start somewhere.
exactly. Yeah, tromboners unite. Exactly.
Right on, eh? Tromboners.
Tromboners. The best tromboners that I knew were girls, but
Nice, but I'm standing.
but
Is that a joke or no?
yeah.
And Matt, what's happening, bro?
I just joined this band at the beginning of this tour. It's been pretty sweet so far, if I do say so myself. My contribution is hitting the drums as hard as I possibly can, and being the best hair flopper of the bunch of you.
I don't know, man. You got some competition.
Oh, you'll find out during the
I
set.
think it varies. It varies
Yeah.
per show. I think.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm the resident chef and best hair flopper of the bunch.
All right. I
That's
can
all.
dig that. Cool. All right. So, who does the majority of the writing for you guys? Lyric-wise versus music-wise.
You do need to define on that.
Yeah.
Some people, when they talk
Who
about
writes the
songwriting,
Who writes the music? And do you write the lyrics first, or do you come up with the song and go,
depends.
okay, I've got this amazing riff, give me something that kicks ass.
With our first CD, like Frank said, because we had a different band, a lot of the songs were written, or all of the songs were written before Lariah even came to the band, so that's pre-Eric or Frank moving back. So all of those songs were finished. I'd written all the music and the words for the tunes, and we just put them down so we could work on new stuff while we had something to give to people or have something to sell to keep things going. And for that, Bad Blood served its purpose. Now on this new record, Comes with the Territory, the writing's split, I guess, really, between Frank and I did most of the music. Lariah did the musical for 3 or 4 songs, then the lyrics were split between Lariah and I. And Eric did all of his own bass lines, whereas he didn't have a chance to play on Bad Blood. I had to play on that just because we didn't have a solid bass player. And then one thing, just for the record, as compared to Eric's really awesome bass playing on Comes with the Territory, I kept what I played on there as simple as I could, which I kind of regret now. I thought it would have worked in our favor to keep it simple, simply because any bass player coming in, I wanted them to add their own spice, which he did. Yeah, and it's made it much more, much tastier than, because it's a different mindset, you know. So now with the new record, or the new whatever songs we're going to be doing, all of us have ideas, and now Hessler's the type of band where once you earn, it's like tenure, I guess, or like once you earn your keep, you've done your job, you've played enough concerts. Because I've had to go through a lot of band members to get to what it is now, as does any other band. And when you allow everyone else to contribute, and you don't know if they're going to be gone in a month or not, it's very difficult. So right now, even if somebody ends up leaving 3-4 months from now, even though I don't think they will, or a year or 2 years from now, it doesn't matter because they've earned their keep. So they deserve to contribute, and I'm looking forward to songs Eric's going to be cranking out in accordance with us and whatever else comes about. So.
Cool. Now, are you guys writing new stuff for a new album at this point in time?
We have a lot of ideas. I know that Frankie has at least 3 or 4. I have already 5 lyrical, like they're completely finished when it comes to lyrics. I have some ideas for how I see the music behind it, so probably I'll be just jamming something on my acoustic and try to find it. And then I'll pass it to the guys so they can develop it, maybe change it, maybe they said that it's terrible. I know that Iggs has a lot of ideas too. I'm sure that Eric has also some. So we already have ideas to start with. And as soon as we are back from the tour, we're definitely going to be on it because with the last album, we had time prior to spend some time on the songs, but it was not enough though. And some songs were written pretty much, or they were finished at the studio when we did not have time to really practice them. So that's why this time what we really want to do is not only to write them, but also to perform them. And because even every single time now when we perform songs from Comes with the Territory, we like it sounds much better live than because we can put the energy. We already went through them many, many, many times. We know what to add, what to subtract, what to replace. Exactly.
Lots
So
of little nuances to the songs that we weren't captured in the studio come out much more live. I guess it's sort of not to make some big comparison or whatever, but Kiss. It's like the first 3 Kiss albums sonically aren't even in the same league as Kiss Alive. And
Right.
It's the
Greatest
song.
live album ever made.
The song.
You know,
The song's
even as
just.
faked as it was with
Yeah.
the extra.
I know it was like
noise,
it was
but
like 70 or
still,
80% or
stuff,
something.
Well, you can only do so much to capture energy within a studio, and anybody who's seen a live Hessler show, depending on the amount of stage room we have, though even if we're dogs tied to poles, like I can only reach that far to get the steak, we'll do our best. Like the other day we played in Cleveland inside of a cage. Literally, there was a cage. Here you go.
Chain link fence, yeah.
So, let's explain it. Hold on, Frank.
No, yeah, we saw the stage down there, and yeah, you guys are in for a treat. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Now, Loriah, you said you play instruments as well. Do you play anything more than the guitar, or is it just you play a little guitar here and there, just kind of get a basic groove down?
to be honest with you, my guitar skills are enough for me to have my bass. And, well, yes, chords, but I can do like my lead. I cannot even call it a lead, obviously, but like the melody, just to, play a melody for guys to give them a cue or a clue what I have in mind. But it's definitely not shredding guitar, hell no. Although basic skills, chords, like playing with kids, yes, I've done it before. I also took 3 years of piano lessons, so I know how to read notes, although I have not been practicing for a little bit. So, if you don't practice something, it just goes away. Yeah, and I played violins for 4 years when I was a very little child, so yeah, but that will take me forever to get back because that was the very precise thing to do, so yeah.
You don't sound to me like you're from Chicago, Where are you from?
I'm from Rhode Island.
I don't believe that either, man.
God damn it.
Sri Lanka.
It's funny because everybody thought that I'm serious. I'm from Rhode Island until I met somebody from Rhode Island and he asked me what area. I was like, but
I think was it top?
no. It was during one of the promotions that I've been doing. Yes, I moved from Poland 5.5 years ago now. So it's 5.5. But, oh my God, time just flies.
And did you leave Poland to do what you're doing now?
No, actually, I came here for school, really, to do my final paper. In Poland, we usually spend summers on our projects. So I was writing the entire booklet for architectural booklet, doing research, a lot of drawing. So that was the primary reason. And I was supposed to go back to Poland, but pretty much 2 days before my flight, I called my mom and I told her that I'm staying, that this is too awesome in here. And she was so mad. She said, you are, little lady, getting her ass on the plane and you drag it right back here to Poland because she said that it's not about her. She will accept whatever decision I make, but my dean will be pissed because that was a project for the entire group. And I was leading one of the European Union projects, and my school was picked as one of the only in the country. So that was a big response. Hell no. I didn't finish the project, but I finished. Bitch, I know, you evil white bitch.
Letting down the whole team.
Yeah, no, I passed it over to my friend, but she did a terrible job with finishing it. But just to speak about it in front of all the judges, but everything was just provided for her. But anyways, I finished school here, so it's not that I really was such a slacker.
You grew up in Nebraska.
Really? I'll use it now. Perfect.
Yeah, Nebraska's until we
The little town? Papillion.
What?
Papillion, Nebraska.
Papillion?
Just outside of...
Okay, Papillion. Omaha? By somewhere by Omaha?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. What was it?
Papillion.
Papillion. Like that doggy.
No.
Oh shoot.
That's a Pomeranian.
No, there is a Papillion.
Well, anyway, you're from Papillion, Nebraska.
I'll write it down for you, man. So, you said you're working on new stuff. You're working on some new music. Are you looking to put out like a live DVD or record some shows and do a live CD or something, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab people this. Live shows. The band. There's actually been a documentary, and it's currently being filmed, as you can see, on the band by Biljana and Marina Grozdanova. They have a film company called El Jinete Films, and the project started. If I'm incorrect on any of this information, whoop-de-doo. The project started probably with our concert in 2011 with Steel Panther, right after that, at the House of Blues. And they've been filming everything going on with the band, from recording in the studio to live shows to Rocklahoma, missed tours. They did the entire last tour in December with us, which was funded by Kickstarter by fans. Well, they'd set a goal for 3,000, and fans submitted 7,700. Yeah, and that was really cool. We actually hit our goal within 15 hours, and that's awesome because I guess when the majority of it were, there were only a couple of random people that often go on Kickstarter and support projects that they like. The majority of it were fans, and that's awesome because the music speaks to them, I guess, that much, or they believe in the band enough to contribute for the cause. And now they put out the first chapter of the documentary. It's being shown at the Bare Bones Film Festival in Oklahoma at the beginning of April. And also there's some talk about film things for Argentina, and it's been submitted. Yeah, it's been submitted to many, many other festivals, and it's going to be a continuing story. So to put out a live DVD, I think that would be the closest thing. We've received most of our shows are on tape because, for example, for myself, I like watching it like a football coach watches game tapes. You're like, oh, don't do this here, step there, move that way. Everyone else gets pissed at me about it for overanalyzing it. Well, yeah, they want to enjoy it, which is fine, but it's there it's like a mirror, man. You get to see what you did wrong, but regardless of how many times you watch it, you'll always somewhere down the line make that same mistake because it's human nature. Well, and another thing with putting out a DVD, it would really have to, a lot of time and money and planning would have to go into it with getting the right cameras, positioning, and sound. Because, for example, one of my favorite live DVDs or videos is Iron Maiden live at the Hammersmith Ballroom in '82. And Maiden they put so much production into that, and that video ended up getting scrapped because they didn't like the lighting and a lot of other things. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us. I'm looking forward to putting one together, but I think we can put a little bit more legwork into the band to really capture that insane live show. We've had them in Chicago and Rocklahoma and in other places, but just a little bit more time. I'd say, I don't know, maybe a year from now I think would be a good time.
A little more as a band, because so far it's growing very fast. So by next year, I'm assuming that it will not only just triple, but it will really be much bigger.
Exponential growth.
Right, and so the good part is that it's not us pushing too hard, but people really spread the word. It's so
It's like
Best disease.
definitely. So my goal is to pack at least 2,000-3,000 people in a venue that will be nicely lit, and we'll have a good sound, because sound usually is the bitch if it comes to shows. We got an honor to play some great venues with some great sound guys and acoustics, but sometimes you can plan, oh, this will be great because stage is awesome. Yet later when we listen to recordings, because we cannot tell how it really sounds out there, so it can be hit or miss. So
a lot of times, since we don't, if you're opening up for a bigger band, you're usually not with your own sound guy, so they don't know your songs, they don't know your nuances and such.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
and they're just using you as like the guinea pig for sound, or not even paying attention. But I guess also it's for a live DVD. Why would you do it so early on in your career? Why did Kiss wait pretty much almost 5 years of doing a lot of their songs to release an album, or like Frampton Comes Alive, or any album, sort of the early stuff. That's kind of like live recordings of early performances of bands usually comes out later on. 20 years later, when it's like, oh, check out,
Motley Crue live at the start.
yeah.
Right.
When it comes out, when the time is right, then it'll have much more of an impact. So.
I actually have one more question. Any of you or all of you can answer it. If there was one song that you guys have that would just best show the band. Yeah, absolutely. You can all pick a different song. What would it be that you think would be the one?
Can you have a time? Are you
Absolutely. Pick whatever you'd like. Matt?
I think it would be Waste Away. As far, I don't know who really the main songwriter was on that, but I think that has like the best energy, perfect tempo, awesome rhythm track, awesome leads, awesome vocals, awesome stuff in general. That's my favorite. My favorite to play live too. So.
Man, I'd have to put it at a tie with, say, Waste Away and Confessions. Honestly, I'd have to put those two at a tie. There's pretty much every song that we have, like, I enjoy, and every song, has its strengths, and there's no song that I'm like, oh, we should never have written it. There are some bands that are like, oh, those songs on that album, oh, screw them all, they weren't worth it. But every song of ours I value. But I'd say Waste Away and Confessions are the two that, if someone asked, give me one song, one of those two.
In my opinion, I would say Confessions too, but since you said that, then I'm gonna say Gone Away, because this one and Confessions are like very emotional when it comes to the performance. So you can see, for example, me shaking or like going in the ground, although to show the legitimately huge energy that we have would be either Shark Attack or Come On, which are two from the previous EP that we had, because that is the raw Hessler that the main idea came from. It was just straight up blasting energy with a lot of headbanging and crazy guitars, and everybody loves it because it's how do you say it? If we do stuff together, how do you call that?
Synchronized.
So, yeah, that one. So we do a lot of moves together, and it's very awesome to see that people love it. Because they can associate themselves with Kiss, with all the bands that were doing synchronized stuff. So yeah, I would say that these two.
Now, what was the question? Which song embodies Hessler the most, or what's the best song? Who we are. It's easy to me. I'd have to say Kamikaze off of our first. Sorry, Eric. No. Oh, okay. Kamikaze off of our first EP, because that song to me wrote the music to it. The chord. It's not a difficult song to play, and I often get irritated by musicians I've played with that say, "Oh, that's simple or that's repetitive." Well, I never realized that something being repetitive could be a bad thing. I love playing it live, and the times where I'm like, you know what, let's give it a break and not play it tonight. I miss it, and it doesn't feel like a Hessler set. It's just train on fire, just going and going and going, and you're waiting to see when it's just where the hell it's going to go. Everything from the intro to the end is a blast. Lots of solos, harmonized solos. When we play it live, the energy's always high. Lariah hits high notes, gang vocals, a snare rolls, which are my favorite thing to do in music. Or I think they always, regardless of how many times you can put them in a song, they always announce something cool to me. Like when I hear one, I'm like, the best part's coming up now. If we don't play it live, the set doesn't feel right, and it's a buzzsaw of a song. Kamikaze.
All right, and the song I would pick that truly embodies our Chicago, spirit is Windy City Wild Child. So, it's not a very complicated song necessarily, but the structure just works, and it's easy to sing along to. Everyone loves that song. You don't even. This could be their first time seeing us, and they sing along. They learn the words. Yeah, they know. It's easy. So, Windy City Wild Child.
Okay, speaking of Windy City, by the way, on the past tour, the first show was in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And we played in front. Well, the opening bands were strictly black, death, and grindcore metal. Yeah, so we were like, holy shit, this will be bad. And I'm thinking, okay, so we'll be like, ah, and they'll be just, okay, what the fuck just happened? Who is playing here? So actually, what happened was completely opposite. There were people getting crazy about this song that is so glam, as you would say. And there was one guy who came to me after the show. He said that, motherfucker, I cannot believe that me being the biggest fan of St. Louis Cardinals sang Chicago's song. And he literally turned back and he's like, I cannot believe that. So that's awesome.
Awesome. Anything you guys want to say before we end the interview to your fans?
As always, support music. You can download it, that's cool, but what tangible thing do you have to show your kids later down the line? Or even if all of the CDs I ever played on end up in a cheapies bin, or at a take 5 out of my box at some store, I'm okay with it because somebody held it and took the time to read it. Like all the little notes, all the little things, all the pictures, all the artwork, because everybody's glued to their phones and downloading everything and picking up for 99 cents. Or the greatest thing, like Facebook, you always see it, you'll spend $5 for a cup of crappy coffee from Starbucks. I hate Starbucks, I'll always call them crappy. For crappy Starbucks coffee, which you drink and it comes out of your system a couple hours later, and you won't spend $10 on a disc that, 5 people or however many pour their heart and soul into. Yeah, it's everything. It's like you're it's like a piece of your life that you're giving to people, and when they react to it, that's wonderful. So support music. And be careful, because there's a difference between I think a lot of people, maybe because they don't play music, and I wasn't a musician when I was younger, so I can understand it. To me, there are bands that I consider fake, and there are bands that are real. And the best compliment we always get when we play live, or that I take to heart, is when people, especially those that have known me for a long time, say, regardless of their, whether we played a 3 people or it's a pack, or a 4,000 seater, they go, I can tell you love what you're doing. And plenty of my heroes are guilty now of, I see them and I know they're going through the motions, and I know they're doing it for a paycheck, and they shouldn't do it. So don't buy into the hype of the fake bands. Stick with the ones that are real.
Can you top that?
No, I cannot top that one. We're very happy to be here, and thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you guys very much for being on the show.
Simple thing to say. Just thank all the fans, promoters, venues, such and such, that have supported us and come out to see us and bought merch on this tour. We're more than happy. We thank you, and from the bottom of our hearts, that you helped us out and come to see us. So
And
just thank
all the awesome people that gave us a place to be at.
Yes. Thank all of you. Look forward to seeing the rest of you on this tour. Seeing you tonight at House of Rock in White Marsh, Maryland, and look forward to seeing you the next time around.
Awesome. Matt, anything?
I like to hit the drums really hard.
That says it all right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Hessler. I appreciate you being on the show. Do a good time.